will be speaking around cattle rearing, cattle ranching in Zimbabwe, used to earn the country considerable foreign currency as our beef easily found markets internationally, especially in Europe. So it's unfortunate that only yesteryear memories are all there is left for the industry. We were talking earlier on there with Kumbi on the business focus. So production levels are not as we would have expected them today, though there has been some improvement in that particular area. But however, in trying to contribute to the rebirth of the beef sector, today on Agri Tuesday, we discuss how subsistence farmers in particular can contribute to the revival of this great industry. And joining us this morning, we have Wenceslas Nyamfukudza, who is an agronomist, and he will help us in discussing these and many other related issues this morning, where we shall focus mainly on the best practices in cattle farming. And we hope to tap into his knowledge. And who knows, you and me could become farmers of not tomorrow. Join us in this conversation by sending your WhatsApp messages to the number 0719100404. So allow me to welcome Wenceslas this morning. Wenceslas, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me to this precious discussion where we are going to talk more on how farmers can actually augment their this herd as well as maximizing productivity and output from their sweat.
Ndatuwa kuti ndiri kutaura neagronomist chaichaya materminology acho ari kuita kurudunura nayo komana right.
Sorry, let me just reduce it to meet almost everyone.
I reducer tinoita tichigadzirisa as we go, not a problem. It's always good to learn, tinodzidza every day anditika. But of course tinenge tine vamwe vateereri vasinganyatsozonzwisisa, so we'll try and water down as much as we can. Ukakwanisa kutaura ndevele ndiwe, ukada kutaura shona ndiwe, as we continue with this discussion. Saka ndoda kumboziva inini kuti iwe basa raunoita as an agronomist nderipi, uyezve wakasvika sei pakuzonyanya kudzidza maringe nemombe dzatoda kuzotarisa mangwanani ano?
Okay. Personally, I've got an agricultural background. I was born at a farm that focuses much into livestock production. Personally, I've got a head of 680 beef cattle.
Andinakuwa wati kudi?
Personally, I'm at a farm that has got
wati mombe ngani?
680. That one, it's not general head. We do pen fattening. Some of the practices are those that I'm going to share with my fellow farmers, even those that would want to venture into this lucrative venture.
680? So,
yeah, but it's actually very low because we reduced it when we were developing other ventures. Like we now have got an abattoir, we now have got a feedlot, we now have got other ventures in the same interest of livestock.
All right, wakarore?
Not yet. I'm sad.
Toda ma-applications atezvara maona kati mukwashane 680. Imi munogona kutemba pamoda. Anonzi Wenceslas Nyamfukudza. Mugari mabata style romuroorana. Mwana wenyu anogona kungounza mukwashana aika anonzi Wenceslas. Bova mazuva kuti aiwa 680 mune dzenyu baba mukanga mukati 10% zvinongobuda. Anditi ndizvo ka Wenceslas?
Yeah, definitely.
Aiwa kutamba hangu newe shamwari ndoda kuisa pakaoma, but ndo kukosha kwakaita mombe muupenyu hwedu generally speaking. Ndofunga tozviziva tose kuti kana zvinoroora danga rinobvunzwa ende mombe dzinokumbigwa dzinotaugwa kuti dzodiwa ndetika. So iwewe wanga uri kutipa just a brief, ndabva ndakustopa because 680 yandivhundusa hangu inini, handizivi vamwe kuti haina kuvhundusa.
It's actually low.
Indeed. So the highest that you could have been, or the highest that you have attained, dzingani?
Right now we could be around 2.5.
Wow. Okay.
It should be. But because of other issues, we were forced by issues that are beyond our control.
Okay.
Mostly issues to do with the drought-induced issues, where we are supposed to improve the quality of pastures and as well as making sure that our livestock maintains their health and they maintain their fitness, regardless of those the deleterious effects of climate change.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Saka, in essence, you could reach a peak of 2,500. So 680 for you is very little considering the capacity ya munokwanisa kuita carry forward, and is it?
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So you were that you mentioned that you grew up in a farm. You were exposed to it, and qualification wise, you were still explaining.
Yeah, I then went on to Gwebi Agricultural College. That is where I then became an expert and master of agriculture in general, and focusing in livestock production, farm management, as well as the crop production. And not only that, but I also cover a little of agricultural engineering, though that is such an industry that I never liked the most because of engineering is for the engineers and not for...
But we're in a general knowledge for mechanization purposes.
Exactly.
You have
farm structures, construction of almost every farm structure, I can do that one. But the issue of then, repair this tractor, breakdown... we can then share job opportunities with others.
Very interesting. Why did you go to Gwebi or for formal training in this particular sector? Because I pretty much can appreciate kuti wanga watu an experience kudara waigona wangotanga kutoita zvokurima wotoenderera mberi neupenyu zvotongoenda zvakadaro. Considering your background, why did you consider going to school to further that?
Okay, you understand that the first issue, if you would want to do much more than a general person, is to acquire knowledge first.
Okay.
So in agriculture, that one cannot be swept under the carpet. It's one issue that we need to, anyone who would want to venture into any sector, you need to have the knowledge of the industry first. You might be a person who can just do it, but as time goes on, you notice that experts are better than amateurs when it comes to the field of maximizing it, the financial literacy that is involved, and all issues to do with the records, the specific diseases, the specific issues that will allow you to excel and perform much better than an average person who is with just the practice without the theory part of it. So maybe I then become more than a machinery in this industry of livestock.
All right. Indeed, uchatibatsira kuti tidzidze zvakanyanya, particularly in relation to livestock production tirutarisa edu mombe. So from your point of view, the experience yawawa nayo and the practical aspect dzawa nadzo as well, what is your assessment of the country's cattle industry or country's production levels in terms of beef tirutarisa edu mombe from your assessment?
Right. The beef industry is such a lucrative industry. I'm sure if we could look back, we will notice that Zimbabwe was once one of the largest exporters of quality beef to the European market. But because of other issues like diseases, management issues, and other factors that would allow a general person from the communal area to do much more, and not only that, but effectively, you notice that those are some of the issues that are leading to the decline of our beef industry. But having said that, I'm sure what is generally required to fuel up this industry is to just add on a bit of experience to those farmers that are already producing livestock. You notice that even in our communal areas, munhu anenge aine mombe dzinosvika kana kuti 100 ari munhu 1, but reason anenge ainadzo ndekuti ada kunzi ndini ndiri kukondrora raini rese. Saka pakadaro manje unonyatsoona this person could actually add more to the GDP of the country, and not only that, but to the GDP per capita, and even improving the community at large. And you notice that most of our communities would now be having developed to even, without even going further to the years that you might imagine, but we can be at an upper middle income economy without even going further, but by just improving the livestock, which is why right now, if we will not be away from the current events, you notice that there is a livestock growth program which is being launched by the government. I'm sure majority of our farmers are tapping into it, because that one is not only going to be a scheme that is allowing farmers to increase their heads, but also to manage it and improve it efficiently.
All right, so in this discussion, those that do it for subsistence, I know you mentioned kuti you really want to look at it from a scale where it improves and we grow the national head. So how best does munantangira papi when it comes to cattle rearing? Tutangira papi, let's start from zero. Where do we start? I'm somebody asina kana experience nekuchengeta mombe asindi nekanjumbu kangu kandinako ndotangira papi in terms of cattle rearing.
Right now, the first objective is to know why are you supposed to do that? Is it necessary for you to go into livestock production? And the answer for that one is obvious, because you have got an idea that you want to do cattle rearing. Right now, for you to start, now decide on what are you going to do, that I can say the production policy. Are you going to breed your own cattle at the farm, or you are going to buy in from other farmers and do a system which I would say pen fattening? It's another lucrative venture that I'm going to discuss on. So the first thing is you are going to decide on the type of system that you are going to implement. Let's say you have got a hectare. Automatically, I would advise you to do the buying system, where you buy livestock from other farmers. You fatten them at your farm, you then send to the abattoir. The advantage is that you are not supposed to do much more in terms of pastures, but you are just bringing in livestock and you make your own feed or buy from other feed stockists. Then soon after you then fatten and send your beef to the market or to the auction, where they are going to fetch higher price. It's called value addition. You buy an animal from another farmer at a lower price. For example, let's say you buy winners, you fatten them at your farm. If you taking for instance, if you buy winners with weighing 150 kgs, you fatten them at your farm, they become 250 kgs. You have added the value in terms of weight. You have added the value in terms of final grade of the meat. If you are to send to the abattoir, and if you are going to sell them to the city sales or to any cattle auctions, you are going to get an additional income from the increased weight. That's number one. Number two, you can venture into a system where I was saying the breeding in system. You have got your beef head at the farm. You breed your livestock. After that, after calving, you either keep those calves and then sell them as winners, or you just breed for the purpose of selling them as winners. That system is also good, particularly if you have got a larger hectare of pastures, particularly better pastures, such that you will not keep just a head of livestock. In a return. So unozopedzera wane mombe 100 pa 1 hectare, but iwewe pache zvako uri kuona kuti you are actually uri kutoshiringwa ndiwe, hauna chauri kwanisa kuti you are gaining something from the head. I'm sure you get the point.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the general two systems that I would want you to first think about when you want to venture into this venture.
Okay, so this is at a commercial basis, and is it?
Exactly.
Okay, koveve vanasekuru na mbuya vane mombe kumusha vano kwana papi hapa.
Right, vana mbuya vaya nana sekuru munoona kuti vanhu ava ndo vanhu vanenge vaine mombe dzinenge dzine madual purposes. Kazhinji kacho munhu one anenge aine mombe kana kuti 10. Mombe idzodzo panenge pane madhonza anenge achinoshandiswa kunorima. Madhonza iwayo ndiwo zvakare kuti kana ichinge yachembera yaane 15 years iri pamusha yochizonzi ngaichienda kumarket. Right, that's the first issue. Then tikatarisa mombe idzodzo dzekumusha dzedze tinoona kuti mombe idzodzo dzinenge dzine mapurposes dzakawanda. Imwe mombe inenge ichinzi ndeye umai, imwe ndeye urodzerwa, imwe ndeye kunzi yakabva kwanhingi. Mombe idzodzo hadzibati. But isusu what we want now is a system where we try to improve the head of ours and reduce that head to a sizable amount such that mombe dzatinadzo kana tichiziva kuti mombe dzedu ndedzekurimisa idzi tinenge tinokuziva kuti mombe dzedu ndedzekurimisa tinodzichengeta dzakadai so. Idzi dzimombe dzisina purpose yatina iri specific tinozodzichengeta mombe idzo tochiziva kuti right this mombe ndichange dzichienda kumarket ndo dzichatibatsira kana kuti pakanzi pada kutengeswa mombe kuda kuendeswa mwana kuchikoro. Remember mombe dzinenge dzichishanda mafunctions akasiyana kana kuri musha dzinokwanisa kuti lese kuda kuendeswa mwana kuchikoro kuda kubhadhirwa zvakati mombe inotengeswa
it's a store of wealth, yeah.
Kana tichida kuti mombe ichitengeswa manje ngaichengeswawo zvekuti iwewe unosara une cheuviri hauchati iwewe uri kutengesa mombe yakatoonda zvekuti pamhepo ikanyatsouya chaizvo inonorovera ukoko. Tinoda kuti mombe yedu inge yakasimba zvekuti kana ukazonzi wakuitengesa you fetch you actually smile all the way to the bank or all the way from the market.
So tine 3 maclasses ndabva ndangopfekera edu the subsistence farmers kana kuti vanasekuru nanambuya kumamisha uku vanenge vane mombe. Saka chiti todzoka here pakutibatsira kuti kana ndati ini ndiri kuda kuita breeding in ndotanga papi, how do I go about it, toenda pane the other element yawataura yevalue addition, and then tozopedzisira edu pamwe ne-subsistence farming yanasekuru nanambuya. Explain to us kuti how do we work towards that?
Right. On the issue of breeding in, the most critical element or the most important factor is the breed that you are going to use. In other words, I'm talking about choosing the best breed. How do you go about choosing the best breed? Right now, we've got issues to do with climate change. So we actually need breeds that are adaptive to the climate. I'm talking about breeds. If you are in a setup like Zimbabwe, you notice that the breeds that we have right now that are a bit tolerant are the Tuli, the Boran, the Mashona, the Brahman, and etc. But we can as well consider using breeds that are crossbreeds, such that you also harness the value of being a large framed animal as well as a hard animal. So when you have chosen the breed, decide on the reliable market that you are going to sell that breed to. The breeding system will allow you to sell them as winners or as heifers. There are a lot of farmers who are aspiring to venture into this lucrative industry. So you notice that those farmers usually require a startup head. And if they buy, like I said, if they buy issues to do with the winners or steers or heifers, they usually buy them at a cheaper price if they are winners. So if in your breeding in system, I mean, you can then target that market specifically that I'm going to sell my winners at the auction. I'm going to sell these winners to farmers that come and buy at my farm. Preferably for reasons of biosecurity, you might even choose to send them at the market yourself so that you avoid a lot of farmers that come into your
Okay, rega ndingodzoka mbichana ndoda kuti bondibatsira kuti ndihwisise wati breeding in system iyi ndo yakuti totsvaka the best breed muZimbabwe. We can look at Matuli, Maboran, Mashona type, and then ukataura nyaya crossbreed iyi crossbreed yedu iyi inenge yakanakira chii tiri kutarisa yedu the breeding in system.
Exactly right. Pamashona isu mukatarisa Mashona mombe inonzi Mashona yaya yakanakira kuti Mashona inokwanisa kucrosswa nemamwe mabreed akaita sema Brahman, sema Beefmaster and other Simmental. Zvakanakira ndezvekuti ukashandisa local breeds iwewe then pakucrossa paipe uchitorawo mabigger breeds anoita kuti number one uri kudawo kuti uite grading up system mombe dzako. Grading up ndeye kuti uri kuimprove local breeds uchida kuti uise pahaya breed rakaita sekuti rinenge riri pakati peMashona nepeBrahman, zvokuti uchaona mombe inenge iri pakati papapo nekuti inenge yava better in terms of the frame rinenge rava hombe. Zvakanakira kuti mombe ive neframe hombe ukashiona ukachiendesa kumarket yakurema kudarika the general mombe yaunga uinayo. Saka tikatarisa ipapo uchaona kuti mabigger bulls aya anenge akuita kuti mombe yako inge iri better. Right. Zvimwe zvazvakanakira ndezvekuti instead yekutora mumwe anokwanisa kuti right handisi kuda hangu Mashona acho since mati haina ine frame diki ko ndikangonotora hangu breed rehombe rero ndoriti pamusha pana unoona kuti mombe idzodzo sometimes dzinenge dzisiri resistant to madiseases atinawo isusu muno. For example livestock, they are not resistant to diseases like general disease and other local diseases, local tropical diseases when we are to categorize them. So zvinenge zvakanakira kuti ukacrossa mombe idzodzo ukava necrossbreed, mombe iyoyo inenge iri resistant to a lot of tropical diseases. Mombe iyoyo kana kuri kunzi ida kukupa in terms of fertility, remember, personally I view livestock industry as a business. Saka tinenge tichida kuti mombe iyoyo kana ichikwanisa kutipa mwana pagore rega rega inokwanisa kutipa because wava hybrid, hausisina mombe ingori general.
All right.
Ndo mamwe akanakira crossbreeding iwayo
zvajeka. So chaunotanga nacho kana uchida kuita breeding system, what supposedly we need at least 1 hectare of land kuti tikwanise kutanga izvozvo.
Exactly.
Okay. So how many do I need? Ndoda mombe ngani kuti nditange the breeding in system? What can I safely start with?
You can actually start with even 3.
Okay.
Just 3, 5 or 6. Right. But with the coming in of technology right now, you notice that you can even start with 5 heifers and introduce artificial insemination. In that system, you will not require any bull now. You actually require just a person who just come in with the artificial insemination kit and inseminate your livestock.
Okay. All right. Unenge watombochekako kuti bhuru racho rakamira sei, handiti kabreed racho rauda kuno.
Exactly. You actually choose the breed. It's actually one of the best methods because you are going to choose the breed. But you have got Mashona. I need to cross with the pure Mashona. The artificial insemination will the straws for the Mashona will just either sex so that you take just a female or just a male heifer.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Those of you just joining us, we're speaking to Wenceslas Nyamfukudze, who is an agronomist. Trukutarisa idunyayaka the livestock production. Trukutarisa zvikurusei cattle as a focus point for us this morning. And feel free to engage with us if you have any questions. 0719-100-404. That's one of the issues that we also would like to refer to. This message says here from Sekruba Fe says cattle rearing in Zimbabwe has declined drastically. Lack of dipping chemicals and poor disease control measures have contributed to this disaster. We used to export beef of top quality to Europe, thereby earning the much needed foreign currency for the nation. Now, though droughts, shortage of nutritious stock feeds and lack of pastures is another factor affecting animal husbandry in the nation. So more needs to be done to revive this critical sector for our economy. Fast forward, the nation needs to be updated on a regular basis of new developments on our national herd, the challenges, the new breeds, and the total value of the herd on a yearly basis. In short, the update must be detailed. Dairy cattle must also be included in these updates since it's under animal husbandry as well, though it's a special area of that needs a specific and specialized attention. Ndisekurubaba fei bata panu apa. Anditi wabata pfungwa dzavo dzataura nasekuru Fei, anditi Wenceslas. Good one. Rega ndigodzoka kwauri tozongoti comment around that tozoenda head forward with our discussion. This one says, good morning. What if I want to sell 10 to 15 what if I want to sell 10 to 15 per year? What's your advice of the number of head of cattle should I keep for me to get 10 to 15 per month for meat purpose? Ndibaba Shumi. Wababata ere ama yangu?
Yeah, ndadzibata nyaya dzavo.
All right, good. Hanzi inindiri kumasvingo ndilele naps. What kind of cattle can we breed in masvingo? Kumasvingo kungaita breed ripi ringanyatsoita zvakanaka? Mubvunzo wavuya uyu ndofunga uyu wekumasvingo uri ungori nyoro ngotanga naye ubva wangorova topfuura handiti?
All right, yeah. Okay. Vanhu vari kumasvingo zvamunokwanisa kunge muchiita imimi kuchuza masvingo generally akureceive mvura yakati wandei, masvingo akuwanzo it's sort of a drought prone area. So in that regard now you will be entitled to using the breeds that are a bit hardy and a bit tolerant to the environment. I'm talking about the breeds such as Mashona, such as Mtuli, the breeds that I have actually indicated first that those are the much needed in our local environment, considering the issues of El Nino, induced droughts, issues to do with the generally low quality forage that is found in that area. However, unless you would want to capitalize and venture into pasture management and establish your own pastures, you can go up and do other breeds. However, if you are just a communal farmer who is not even interested in improving your head, you can go to those easy to manage breeds such as Mashona and Tuli.
ndo anonyatsoita iwaya nditika. Alright, rakatende pana vashumi vane mubvunzo wanga wabvunza paya ini ndinenge ndati potsekei kuubata asi iwo ndofunga uri muindustry unenge waubata nditika.
Right. Nyaya yavo iri pakuti vari kuda kuti vange vachikwanisa kuburitsa mombe dzinokwanisa kuita 15 pagore rimwe chete. If I get him correctly. Right. Isusu in our system we would want that as well, but kuti tiwange tichiwana mombe 1 pagore tinenge tichida kuti mombe dzedu inge ichikwanisa kutipa mwana pagore rega rega. Right. Saka kuti tiwane mombe pagore rega rega tinenge tichifana kuita effective management. I would say if you have got 25 mombe unokwanisa kuburitsa mombe 15 pagore rega rega. Considering that mombe imwe chete ichakupa mwana 1 pagore, hadzisi dzese dzinozokwanisa kupa mombe mwana 1 pagore, but ukange une mombe 25 at least you are guaranteed to have 15 mombe inenge ichinzi off take pagore rega rega. Unokwanisa kunge utori famu rako rinenge rava high off take, rinenge rava ne high off take rate yekuti unokwanisa kuburitsa mombe dzako dzauri kudewo pagore ipapa, but it comes with a price. The price is generally very good management.
Okay. So very good management apa tiri kutarisira chii chaunofanira kungoita quickly highlight in terms of very good management so kutaura kwaita.
Right. Okay, right. Number 1, make sure that your animals are well fed. This is so because mombe dzakanyanya feedwa dziya dzinoconceive zvakanyanyisa, dzinenge dziri highly fertile. In terms of fertility ukainseminate kana kuti ukangopa bhuru zvezve mombe iri highly iri well fed, iri well nourished, inokwanisa kuconceive very fast. That's number 1. Haufaniri kuzotreata mombe dzako like uri kutreata mombe dzekumusha dzinonge dzichingomhanyiswa ngaigaro iri stress free. Mombe yekuti kana ukaiita sei inenge ichingori ready, so inokwanisa kukupa mwana pagore rega rega. That is if you are now treating it as a business.
Okay.
The other thing is to make sure that the feed is readily available. Feed such as I'm talking about the improved pastures or even supplementing with the purchased feed, like such as feed unokwanisa kungotenga kuma feed stockist edu.
Okay.
Though inenge yakaita kuti those are just generally the basics. You need to dip it frequently such that isa rware tine mamwe madiseases asinganyanyotaurwa nevanhu, but madiseases akaita sena brucellosis zvirwere zvekuti mombe inokwanisa kusvodza zvinenge zvinzi kana kuti brucellosis kana kuti mamwewo macontagious diseases anoita kuti mombe yedu ikwanise kusaconceive even though yakasimba zvakadii, inokwanisa kusabata mimba, kana kuti inokwanisa kuti mombe yako even yakasimba haikwanisi kuconceive, even bhuru rako chairo rinokwanisa kunge rine chirwere. Saka ukamanage madiseases, ukamanage environment iri kugara mombe yako, unenge uri guaranteed kuti you are going to enjoy the best genetics of your livestock. In other words, we are talking about 2 things. Make sure that the genetics of your animals iyo pachezvawo dzaimprove, environment yairi kugara yakachena, unokwanisa kuwana the best result.
Paunoti environment apo, what do you expect?
Right. Pa-environment ndo pandiri kutaura nezvekuti madiseases arimo, handiti kutaura nezvekuti isusu tava nema-issues to do with climate change. Right. Ukasiya mombe dzako iwewe uchiziva kuti dziri kufamba distance yakadii kuti dzinowana mvura, dziri kufamba distance yakadii kuti dziwane mapastures, ndo issues dziri mostly encompassing the issue of environment.
All right.
Then in terms of genetics, you need to improve your genetic makeup of your livestock by improving the genes. Unokwanisa kuita crossbreeding kana kuchoose the best breed.
All right.
Of which to be specific, there is no such a thing known as the best breed. It only depends on the location and also your management as a farmer.
Wagona wapatsanangura ipapo nokuti vamwe tichazonyanyotambudzika kuti titi ndoda perfect breed asi tisinamboita put in fact the factor yekuti ndiri kupi handiti. Those of you just joining us, it is a Greek Tuesday and we are speaking to Wenceslas. Wenceslas, he is an agronomist and ari kutibatsira kuti tizive kuti kana takuchengeta mombe particularly for business purposes tinozvifambisa sei naika. And regai nditi quickly look at the second element yekuti kana wada kupinda in business wati buy in system yaya. Let's quickly look at it kuti how do I get into it, what do I look out for, and how best can I reap out of it?
Right. In the buy-in system now, it's a bit straightforward to those who are already at an advanced stage. The buy-in system, I would encourage everyone to then focus on pen fattening, because most of the animals that you might buy in might be a bit better in terms of weight, in terms of age. But if you then bring in your livestock and then put it straight to the pastures, it might be costly. Whereas it is actually a good plan to buy in your livestock and then put it in your pastures just for the sake of acclimatizing it with the environment, and then putting it into the cattle pen. It will be good. So the buying-in system allows you to buy livestock of your age, of your desired age. I would prefer anyone to use a younger stock, because that one has got the potential to grow and to increase in terms of muscle. Number one. Number two, I would encourage anyone to focus, after buying young stock, you need also to focus on pen fattening. That is a very good idea. After pen fattening, I actually encourage you to go straight to the abattoir and not return that livestock to the auction. Because if you go with that livestock to the abattoir, you are going to charge, number one, based on the grade. Number two, based on the weight. So if you send your livestock to the auction, you are going to charge that based on the weight only, but not on grade. So generally, those are just the major key elements that are focused on the buying-in system. So again, the buy-in and then fatten, then you send to the market.
Okay. Pandiri kutenga apa ndiri kutsvaka chii? What am I looking out for when I'm buying for when I'm settling for this one?
All right. When you are buying your livestock, preferably you are choosing, you are intending to sell that livestock, to sell that as meat. So the first issue that you are supposed to consider the growth rate. Unlike breeding in system, I was talking about the breed being a very good element. But now, when you are now at the market, of course, the breed you might look at it, but also the general age of the animal. Because if you consider the breed right now, you might buy a breed which is almost older than. It doesn't have enough time to spend on the farm. But if at the buying-in system now, we are considering the age of the animal. The general well-being of that animal is also put into play. Unlike just considering which I just need the boran, I just need the beef mass or the cemental. Right now, we are considering the age of the animal because the growth rate of the animal is determined by age. Generally, younger stock grows faster than the older stock. And also, you also need to consider the sex of the animal. You can either buy in steers, preferably if it is buying-in system. Most of the farmers prefer to buy in the steers and not specifically and not generally buying heifers. In that regard, I would encourage anyone to buy the steers, or even you can buy the younger bulls, because bulls grows better than the steers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Waitako on this one. And then what are we nyayo kuti pen fattening tichita say up?
Right. In terms of pen fattening is just feeding your livestock in a controlled environment, in a demarcated, so that you will reduce the animal movement. You will feed your livestock in a controlled environment such that the feed is readily available, the water is readily available, and the shade is also available, so that the animal can actually rest and not be exposed to most of the deleterious effects.
Like broiler.
So, yeah, like almost the same as the broiler managing system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to talk about, in terms of fattening, it's not only pen fattening, there's also pasture fattening, where you can actually grow your feed straight from, you can actually fatten straight from the pastures. That one is a bit better way, and also according to other experts in terms of testing meat, they've been saying that livestock that is produced off field is tastes better than the one that we fatten in the feed. Yeah.
Okay, tochitarisa yedu the last one yana sekuru nanambuya tochizokubvunza yedu zvimwe zviri general or zviri panapa zvatatoda kutizivisa. Toita sei kuti ti-improve our head, toita sei kuti ti-improve even the quality. You mentioned earlier on nyaya yekuchengeta mombe tiri kumamisha uko. What advice are you giving out to ana sekuru nanambuya around the head yavainayo?
Right. Kana kuri kumamisha kuya zvatinokwanisa kuita toda kuti mombe dzavainadzo dziya tisanyanyodzivhiringidza. That's number one. Tisanyanyoti slaughter everything, obviously hapana anozvibvuma, but ngatichi-improve dzavainadzo dzacho. The first thing, I'm sure you understand that the land that is used for agriculture in communal areas is not agricultural land by constitution, because it doesn't fall under agricultural land. So there is no issue yekuti munhu anodemarcate boundary oti this is my paddock. Vane communal grazing areas zvokuti vanenge vachiti right, this particular part ndokunenge kune mafuro edu isusu. Saka zvinenge zvaakushita manje ndezvokuti iwewe since usingakwanisa kucontrol ndiani achafudzira apo nhasi, ndiani achafudzira apo, hatikwanisa kuzoti right tiri kuita rotational grazing yekuti mombe dzedu dzafurira apo nhasi mangwana dzofurira apo, tinenge tisingazoita. Saka tinoita kuchoose feed sources like formulating your own farm feed. Toshandisa mastova, maize stova kana kuti sorghum stova, millet kana zvimsofo, kana torima mamwe mapastures, kana ungocheka mapastures akaita sehuswa hwatinoshandisa kupirisa uye toucheka uchiri hudiki, kana humwe huswa hunenge uri palatable toucheka uchiri hudiki, kana kuti totrita stova yatinenge tambocheka yaya mashanga aya tinocheka tomaturika pamusoro pedara ratinenge kana redanga repepe, tochizomatanga kumapureya nebit of salt as well as some sort of molasses. Then tinokwanisa kugadzira zvakare hay kumamisha iko, tokwanisa kugadzira silage. Izvozvo zvinoita kuti feed yedu ichinge iri readily available panguva yekuti tinenge tisina feed yakakwana mu environment. Saka izvozvo zvinoita kuti mombe dzedu dziri kumamisha dzigova dzichikwanisa kunge dzichitipa higher return, ende dzisingazokwanisa kuti dzinge dzichiondoroka panguva yekuti kunenge kusina chikafu chakakwana. And also, yeah.
Endako ndiri kuteerera.
All right. Then kumamisha ikoko tinenge tauda kuzongotarisa zvinhu zvakaita sema-diseases anenge akuzoti affecta mombe dzedu. I'm sure you actually know that there was a previous person who throw in a question achitaura nezvokuti pane ma-diseases akaita seakati ana January disease. I would just classify that as a tick-borne disease, because generally vanhu vanozongotarisa zvavo kuti January disease because it's a notifiable disease, but we actually have got other diseases such as tick-borne disease. We can safely say they are tick-borne disease because tinenge tine ana gout sickness, tine mamwe ma-tick-borne, tingango tick-borne disease. We also have got other diseases which affect the farm at farm level. Zvinhu zvakaita semamwewo ma-disease akaita mamwewo madisease anokwanisa kungoti affecta pamusha pedu, anenge achiti affecta reproductive system yemombe dzedu, zvekuti mombe dzinenge dzaakuaffectwa tiri diki pamusha ipapo, not even looking at a national scale.
Okay.
So izvozvo zvinokwanisa kuti mafarmers edu achizozviponya zvinhu zvakaita sana pink eye and lameness and nemamwe zvinhu zvakaita zvokuti kana munhu ava kuprodusa mombe dzake zvinenge zvichizomulimita. So izvo ndo zvinhu zvatinokwanisa kuti tinge tichicontrol at farm level and not even looking at national level. Sachatomboenda totangira nekutarisa pamusha pedu.
Tichirega tichitarisa edu pa the first 2 year what buying in ne breeding in, how much are we looking at? Suppose ndoda kutanga kuinvest in that particular area, tingatarisa iri mari that one can invest in. To make it easy, I think we can just use the US dollar component.
It's a bit subjective because if let me just give from an armchair approach. Yekuti toda kutenga mombe dzedu dzinenge dzine less than 200 kgs, mombe dzo toda kudzita buying in system, unokwanisa just 2,500 can actually be good, but generally hakuna chinonzi, it's not specific kuti I am just starting small, because someone who's small may actually be bigger for someone. So but if you have got 1,500 and above, you can actually start your cattle business. Very sustainable. However, there are other hidden costs that I didn't mention. The cost of drugs, the cost of construction of the feedlot, the cost of construction feeding pens, the cost of construction paddocks. depending on the size of your livestock, you would actually do much better in that one.
Well, when you're selling your livestock, what do you look out for as we are guarding against being shortchanged? What do you look out for?
Right. Kumamisha, I would encourage the farmers to sell their livestock via the auction system. At auction, there's no way you will consult where undercharged uri one. That's number one. Number two, I would encourage my farmers that kumamisha kuti pavanotengesa mombe pepeka vachiziva kuti mombe yavo ndo inoita kuti vana vaende kuchikoro ngavatengese mombe idzodzo earlier before zvikoro zvavhurwa. Aside that mabuyers vasazokutsikira kuti ndinokwanisa kutengera $100 mombe yangu vachikwanisa kutengeswa $250 just because uti pahari unenge waforcwa kuitenga. And also kana vanhu vachitengesa mombe kumamisha kwavo, I would encourage them to also sell mombe dzavo pama times of events type. So kuti mombe unokwanisa kuti right, let's say there's a ceremony and you are supposed to sell that animals, meaning it's a bit better other than kutengesa mombe
what desperate.
Yeah, zvinongo zvakuti ipapo unenge wakuchizoita se wakuzo undercharged nezvakadaro. And also they should also engage ma-experts vanoziva nezvekuvhaliwa mombe that haungozonzi ndinokutengera mombe yako mombe ndinotodzitenga kwakawanda tichitama $100 kana tichitama $500. Iwo mombe yako probably inenge tori mombe hombe chaiyo inokwanisa kutotengwa nekana nearly 1,000 or 1.5.
All right, pane muteereri ari panapa hanze, do you have a written guide or are you willing to pass your contact for potential mentorship? Mamessage ari kupinda panapa, vamwe varoda macontacts ako, but pane mubvunzo wabvunzo, do you have a written guide to whatever it is that you've shared with us this morning?
Yes, I do have that one.
Okay.
I am going to send them, but right now ndasiya kumbama.
Okay. But you have everything written down in terms of kubatsira munhu anogona kungoita startup somewhere asingagoni kuona but anogona kuverenga and get similar information that you've shared with us pamhepo nhasi.
Yeah, but unfortunately information yatataura nhasi handina pandakainyora.
Okay.
Information yangobva musoro because zvachona zvagarawo zvamusoro.
Handitika.
Saka asi zvandinokwanisa kuita ndezvekuti I'm sure we are going to send this recording to our farmers. Vasinokwanisa kuva tichisangana nesu tozokwanisa kuvashare. But however, for the contact details I can share with you, my WhatsApp number is 0776 743 494.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. I hope that we will continue to learn from you as the show progresses and as you grow also in experience. I want to thank you very much, Kutenda Wenceslas, for coming through waita ako. Ramba uchita zvauri kuita, you're doing very well. That's Wenceslas Nyamupfukudza. Uve nezuva rakanaka. Tichakubata zvakare muzvikamu zvinoteera.
Thank you so much. Maita zvakanaka.
Tinotenda. That is Wenceslas Nyamupfukudza, anova iye an agronomist angari kutidzidzisa kuti toita sei kuti tikwanise kuchengetedza mombe uyezve kuimprove even our national herd as we also improve the beef industry. Thank you very much for your contributions. I will be able to continue to share his contacts with you on the WhatsApp platform. Just let me know if you need those contacts and we'll continue to share them with you. The news comes up shortly.